have discussed earlier in the previous class. So what were we discussing or where did we stop? Can someone just rewind what happened in the previous class? Anyone? No one to volunteer today?
Header line level and header level menus.
Yes, we have discussed about line level and header level menus in purchase order as well as in invoice. Okay, then I think that's all we have discussed various things, and then we have created a sales or purchase order and we have invoiced it, or there is an error message. Somehow I cleared it. It's because of some distribution failure. I cleared it anyway. So today in this class, so let us discuss about few scenarios. Okay, few scenarios of how multiple things can be created for a purchase order. Okay, multiple product receipts for a purchase order, multiple invoices for a purchase order. Okay, then single invoice for multiple POs of same vendor. So let us see quite. I want you to understand this scenario since you, if you want have to do anything with the purchase orders, these are the quite easy. For today, let us try to discuss about these three scenarios. Okay, I think we have shown this to you already, but we will again do this scenario: multiple product receipts for a single PO. Okay, so how do I create a purchase order in this legal entity? What is the navigation?
Go to accounts payable.
Okay, modules, accounts payable,
All
Purchase order
orders.
and the purchase order.
but purchase orders and all purchase orders.
Yes.
Yep. So let's click on this. So other than Sushila, can anyone guide what is the next step once it loads? Bala, how about you taking volunteering for this? Okay. So here in this menu, so what next, Bala? Or anyone else? So I think Bala just joined again, on left and joined. Okay. Anyone else to volunteer? What next to do? What are the next steps? Quick, guys.
Create.
Click on new purchase order. Okay. If you don't respond, I'll just keep on teaching and just class will be completed. I want you guys to respond.
Select the vendor account.
Okay. I'll select this Maruti Suzuki. Okay.
The purchase type should be purchase order.
Hmm. Correct. So the purchase type should be purchase order. Yes.
Site.
Then
We have to give
si-
storage dimensions.
okay, site and warehouse 11 and 1. Correct.
Yeah.
And
That's
your
all.
address if you want,
That's
or you can give it later
yeah.
also. Let me select it for tomorrow state. Okay. Click on OK. 1 second. So select the item to buy. Select MRF cycle, one item. So I have bought this item. There is one quantity. I'll change it to 4 quantity. Okay.
The display, I mean, okay. It's a lag for me.
Okay. Is it fine now?
It's fine now.
Okay. I'll add one more line to buy another product from this same vendor. So I can create multiple lines. So there are people who can create 10 to 15 product lines in the same PO. So they will not receive all of them at a time. They will receive few items one time. They will do product receipt for those items. They'll receive invoice for those few items. Again, they'll post the invoice and they'll settle that invoice. After a few days, again, they'll receive some other goods on the same PO. Again, they will do one more product receipt. Again, they will do invoice. Okay, let us see such kind of scenario wherein, so I'm selecting another product. So this iPhone mini from this vendor.
Sorry for interrupting. So,
Yes, please.
no, I just want to ask you about this iPhone. Yesterday, we tried with buying that iPhone mini, but it asked for
Yeah,
other
but
configurations.
it asks for dimensions actually. In this product dimensions, it is not taking configuration and variants.
Yeah, I have tried this and I got the product variants where I have given the release product variants.
Yeah, but for me, it's not showing.
Yeah, I
I
have
think
given the combinations. You told that, na?
yeah,
I've
I
given the
think
combinations and it's showing here and then configuration. The combinations I can see.
let me check for my item too. I think I missed any step. Or yeah, normally it used to show,
As you
but
said, have done this, and in addition to that, I have done the released product variants only. So I can see there in this configuration, I can see.
okay. Let me see as well. So tracking dimensions, we gave product dimensions, product. Mm, this is what we gave, right? So no. So we gave everything, but still it is not showing there.
Do we have to release this product variants as well?
I don't think so. We don't have to release product variants. Here I have product variants. Okay. Predefined variant. Yes, I gave one storage. Yes. But it's not showing any. See, there is no option to use number now. Let me see. But I still can't see them here. I'm not sure why. When I go here, I can see them. Hmm. What else we have missed? No. This should be the area of product. So let's see if we don't. I think we missed it here. Maybe that's what you're saying. Released product
Yeah,
variants.
actually I have done this. So I can see there's variants there in the configuration.
So you can see. But I can't give all these combinations right here. I can select it when I want it. Let me save it. We go back. Well, it's not going back. Lost everything now. Okay. So here I can see one. So in this same manner, I think we have to create all the combinations. If we create combination, then I think we can see them in the list. Do not have a good hands-on on this model. So now where is this variants? Yeah. Here I can see it now, the combination, black and 128 GB. If we might have created more combinations, so I think we can see those combinations as well.
Yeah.
Maybe iPhone 12 mini 64. So if we have to create combinations like this, select black again, select 64 this time, select save, again select something like that, click on new, select one, select 32. Okay, select black again, 32 GB again, and save it. Let's do for one color at least. So let's 64, 32 is done, right? What we have 256, I think so. Yeah. Again I'll give black, and then I'll give not this 256 GB. Yeah, let us try this now. So I have given this for the products. Not sure it's not taking backwards. Okay, I've created those combinations. Now let's go to all purchase orders once again. To the purchase order. Where I created the same purchase order here, 04. So I just go for second product, iPhone 12 mini. So once you select the product, come down here to the product and then select this combinations. So here you can see both of them are compulsory fields. So let us select the color first. So I can see this combination, black 128 combination. So I'll select this black 128 combination. So automatically I can see the configuration here as well. Okay. Then I can give the pricing. So I'll buy comes from this one.
JP voice is breaking.
For 24,000. So I can save it. So what is the next step in the purchase order?
Click on purchase.
Confirmation of purchase order. Now you can
Yeah,
see this is in approved status and it is an open order. So we can confirm the purchase order as and when the vendor confirms the delivery.
Yeah.
So these are the steps that I have mentioned earlier. So confirmation of PO, then product receipt, then invoice. Okay. So wait a second. Then this is confirmed, you can see it. So the next step is receiving of goods. As and when we receive the goods, we will post the product receipt. So to post the product receipt, this is the process. Click on receive, click on product receipt here. So here I can give a product receipt number. So like ZRN or PRN, anything. I'll give this 65. Okay. Assume that vendor has delivered only 2 cycles and 1 iPhone. Not all of them, not 4 cycles and 2 iPhones at a time. He's only delivering 2 cycles. So if he's only delivering 2 cycles, I can change this quantity to 2 here in the lines of product receipt. I'll also change this iPhone quantity from 2 to 1. Okay. So he's sending me 2 cycles. So I have received 2 cycles. So I give the quantity as 2 and iPhone as 1. And I can see the updated details. 2 into 1000, 2000 and 1 into 10,000, 10,000. Total 12,000 amount. And you can see the quantity here actually is we have ordered quantity, registered quantity, product receipt quantity and all. Product receipt quantity we don't have because we are just receiving, right? So this is not applicable. Ordered quantity means whatever you have ordered, 4 cycles plus 2 iPhone, that you can see here earlier in the bottom in the line here. So out of that we have erased something. We have changed, made changes. So that's what we have. Registered quantity means there is another area in warehouse management where we can register the goods. So for that we can select the registered quantity, but by default it is ordered quantity only and maintain it as ordered quantity. So all those details that you see are related to printing. If you want to print the product receipt, what all details you want. So if you click on this option, print the product receipt. So print what all these product labels, shelf labels, all these things actually come from warehouse management. If you have configured this product labels, shelf labels, and how it will be kept in the warehouse management, so those details will automatically be printed. So actually it will be printed according to the number system we have. But if I'm not going to print the product receipt, so I'll normally posting yes. I have selected yes here for posting. That sent me, the supplier sent me. The remaining will send later. Okay, for that we'll get another product receipt. So is it clear until here, all of you?
Yeah.
So is it clear? Saideep? Saideep is there? Saideep,
Yes, JP.
Yeah, he's here. Is it clear until here? Santosh?
Yes, bro.
Okay. So I am receiving partial because I mean not 4 cycles and 2 iPhones. I'm receiving only 2 cycles and 2 iPhones. Sorry, 1 iPhone. Just click on OK so that the product receipt will be posted. There is an error. I assume, I think it should be error of financial dimensions missing. Definitely, yes. Yeah. I should remove this advanced rules here, seriously. But if I remove it now, it takes some time to get the account structure activated. So what we'll do is we'll just give these dimensions here. Okay. Okay. I gave dimensions in the header level so that it asks me, do I want to update the same for all the lines? So update all it is asking. If I say keep all means, again it will keep the same dimensions for remaining lines, but only for header it will update. Evaluate means again if there are anything that has to be that is not valid for the line, then it will evaluate. I said update all, so it will automatically update this from header level to both the 2 line levels as well. So I think they are updated. Now we have to again confirm the purchase order. See, the status has changed to approved again. If you make any changes, you have to again confirm it. So I'll just confirm it. Confirmed. I'll just click on product receipt again to receive the goods. Modify, give the number. So I'll just give it as ZRN65. Modify the quantity of goods that I would receive. So I'm changing it back to 2 cycles again. Yep. Then I'll change it this iPhone to 1 iPhone. Perfect. Click on OK. Fine. Although it is posted, I can see still it's an open order because I only received half of the goods from the 2 lines. Under journals, I can see product receipt. So if I click on product receipt, I can see the product receipt number. And if you want to see the accounting, you can see here by clicking on voucher, you can see here. You can see accrued purchases is credited with 12,000 and finished goods inventory received is debited with 12,000. As I was saying previously, this is the entry, not this one here. So when product receipt is posted, inventory received will be debited, purchase accrual will be credited, or accrued purchases, whatever you call. Inventory received will be debited, but purchase accrual will be credited. So this is when you receive the product receipt. Okay. Actually, this
There is a disturbance in your voice.
item
Yes,
the
bro.
products, right? For
Oh, yeah,
that
what?
groups, posting types we have given account say, grow Perfect.
Hello. JP, voice is breaking.
Good
JP.
purchases, whatever came.
Yeah.
JP.
Okay. Yes, I chip.
Voice
Is
break
it audible enough
అవుతున్నాయి.
or still the same?
ఇప్పుడు ఓకే.
Okay. So I was saying these accounts that have taken here for the voucher has been picked from item group that we have associated to the product. So in item group for the purchase accrual, posting type purchase accrual, we gave this account. So it took this account here. So account number this one 200 140. Again for inventory cost of purchase material received or the inventory received, we have given this account. So system automatically picks this account for the construction of voucher for posting this accrual entry during receipt of goods. Okay, these accounts are being picked from item group. Remember that without having item group in place, we don't get this voucher, or we don't, system cannot take these accounts automatically here. That's one. Also the same for invoice. So I'll show you the invoice voucher as well. So this is the partial product receipt that we have received for the 2 quantity of cycles and 1 quantity of iPhone, totaling up to 12,000. Is it clear for all of you?
Yeah.
Saideep and Santosh, is it clear?
Yes, JP.
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. If it is clear, yeah, we can go to our next step. So assume that vendor has sent me these goods, and I mean half of the goods, and he have sent an invoice already for the main. Assume that invoice. Okay, so we have to partially invoice this order because we have received some goods that we have received. So how we can receive that, or how we can do those two invoices for the same people, let us see now. Okay, so I'm going for invoice option. You can see invoice option here, right? Go for invoice, click on invoice. So I can see this invoice is generated. I can give the invoice number here. Invoice number is compulsory, so I'll give it as invoice 51. Okay, then I'll give the invoice date. Assume that invoice is being sent on 13th of October and posting is also being done on 13th of October. Due date, you can manually change it back to any date. So assume that you might pay it by 20th according to your agreement to the vendor. Then I can see here only 2 quantity and 1 quantity. It is because here I have selected the default from quantity as product receipt quantity. So we have done product receipt only for 2 cycles and 1 iPhone, right? So it automatically brings that 2 cycles and 1 iPhone only here. But if I change it back to ordered quantity, what happens if I change it back to ordered quantity from purchase product receipt quantity? Any idea, anyone? Suppose if I change it back to ordered quantity.
Oh, the quantity is what we have actually ordered.
Correct. Invoice gets generated for the quantity what we have all actually ordered. So if I just select ordered quantity here, so it is asking me a pop-up. Do you want to make changes? Yes, I said yes. Let's see what happens. If I change it to ordered quantity here, I can see total purchase order lines are picked up. The quantity on the total quantity on the purchase order lines, like 4 quantity of cycles and 2 quantity of iPhones are picked up here because that's what we have ordered actually. Out of which we have received only few things, right? So that is why we will use product receipt quantity only to invoice. So there are quite few clients who normally don't use product receipt. So they will generally create purchase order. They don't post the accrual entry for receipt, or they don't post product receipt. They do rough invoices. So there are quite few who use it like this, but this is the correct process. Okay, here there will be a good accountability of how many goods you have received. Did you have invoiced the same goods? Sorry, if you can't invoice the goods that you did not receive, right? So that's wrong. So for that validation of having the goods receipt in place and counting the goods that we have received, we post product receipt normally. So I have received only 2 cycles and 1 iPhone, so I am invoicing it for the same. So I gave the invoice number already and date already. Now I will click on update my status here to check if it is passed. It is passed, and I will post it since it is passed. See, it is posted. I can see vendor invoice posting process is complete. Operation is completed. So again, it takes me back to the purchase order menu. I can see PO number here. So mostly invoice menu and PO menu looks like same, but you can identify it by invoice number or PO number. So it already automatically pushed me back to the PO menu since the invoice is posted, and I can still see the order is open order only. Any reason why I can still see it as open order?
We haven't received the actual products ordered.
Correct. We still have some of the products that has to be delivered from the vendor pending on this PO. We have 2 more cycles and 1 more iPhone that has to be sent to delivered to us. So that is why it still shows as open order, but the invoice is already posted on this PO. Okay, remember this how it is behaving. So you have to identify these logics. Okay, why it is still showing as open order means there are goods that are still pending to be received as well, has to be invoiced. If you have received everything, it will show as received. Then you can do partial invoice. That's not a problem. But still, you haven't received everything, so it still shows as an open order. So let us see the invoice that is being posted. Here, if I click on invoice under journals, I can see the invoice which is posted. Click on invoice. I can see the invoice number 65/1. It is posted. If you want to see the financial voucher of this invoice, I can click here on the voucher. I can see the voucher here. I think I should ignore this account from the next time. I'll do it in a while. Okay, this is the dummy account. Actually, I don't see any transaction or zero for it. Ignore it. Follow this 4. Okay, or follow this 4. You can see from here it is very clear if you see in the posting type. So vendor balance is credited for 12,000. Vendor balance in the sense it will be accounts payable account which is being picked from posting profile. The general posting profile we have given account payable, right? So that will be picked. I'll write down the entry here. Okay, so opposite to this we have this one, cost of purchased material invoiced. This one, cost of purchased material invoiced is debited. Entry received is this, account name is this one. I'll show you this cost of purchased material received is the posting type, this one. So this is the posting type and the other side one is the account type. I gave you for simple. So this posting type is here, purchase accrual. So guys, these entries are really important. I want you to understand these entries clearly. So coming to invoice, the same 2 accounts will be picked, but here, I'm sorry, what happened? The same 2 will be picked, but inventory received will get credited and purchase accrual will get debited. So this will be reversed, the product receipt entry on the invoice part. So the remaining entry that will be there is vendor balance. So I can say this is accounts payable credited, accounts payable account credited, then inventory invoiced will be debited because we are receiving inventory, right? So that is why it is debited. So here the posting for this is this one, cost of purchase material invoiced. So these are the two entries that you have to understand. When we post the product receipt, I have the inventory account being debited because I am receiving the inventory. And I can see the purchase accrual account getting credited because an accrual is being posted, that a liability is being posted because we are liable to pay amount, right? But immediately accounts payable account will not be taken here because we did not post the invoice yet. So this is only an accrual entry. Once we post the invoice, this accrual entry that is posted during product receipt will get reversed in this manner. The same accounts that we have given will automatically be reversed, or debited account will get credited, credited account will get debited. And you can see the posting types also almost the same, both are same. Other than this, we will get this entry, which is the actual entry. Accounts payable account will get credited and inventory invoiced account will get debited, or the cost of purchase material invoiced will get debited. Here it is cost of purchase material received. This is cost of purchase material invoiced. So why we have two different accounts is when we receive the product receipt, it actually considers only the purchase price of the product. So the purchase price of the product is 1000 plus another one is 10,000. Assume that. So totally 12,000 we have, right? 2,000 for cycles and 10,000 for iPhone. But along with that, there will be other charges included, like transport charges or packing charges, anything will be included. But in product receipt, all those things are not included. That we will get to know only when we receive the invoice. Once we receive the invoice, on the invoice, vendor will mention clearly what is the exact item price, then what is the charges that you have incurred, or what is the packing charge, what is the tax we have, what is the other charges we have, transport charges. He will mention everything, all the breakup of the order on the, or the breakup of the invoice on the invoice that he sent to us. So once he sent it to us, we will enter everything on the invoice. We will add the charges as well as taxes, everything. So once it is all added, then we are liable to pay the total amount, the prices as well as the charges plus taxes, everything we have to pay to the vendor account. So the accounts payable account will be credited then with the different amount along with the additions of what we have to pay to the vendor. And inventory invoiced also will be debited with that amount, or if the charges are added to the inventory, then charges amount also will be added to the inventory. If it has to be accounted separately, then separate accounts will appear here, like another charges payable account or inventory tax payable account will appear here. So we will see that part after some other time. So once we add charges, we will show you how it will be accounted. We can also account the charges upon the inventory, or we can account the charges separately, which does not include onto the inventory. Okay, so but this is the different entry we will get during invoicing. So this amount here which reversed is the same amount in the product receipt will get reversed here. The same account and the same amount will get reversed. But coming to invoicing, if at all there are any additional charges or taxes, so that will be added accordingly. So is it clear for everyone, the financial impacts? Knowing this part is really important. As I was saying, if you have any doubts, I can again explain you, no problem, but still you have to understand it properly. Let me know if there is any confusion for anyone. Saideep, is it clear?
JP?
Yeah.
JP, can you repeat again?
So repeat which part? Srinivas, please tell me. I'll repeat, no problem.
Yeah, see here actually you said that one entry will get reversed, right?
Correct.
Can you just, so are you sure that definitely it gets reversed or directly it gets posted from inventory account data to accounts payable?
No. It will get reversed. See, if you don't have any product receipt entry in place, you won't get this entry for reversal while you do invoice, definitely.
Yeah, that is fine. Generally, when GRN and invoice is not there, entry will be directly to inventory account data to accounts payable. But when GRN it is there, this reversal entry is what I'm asking. Does it
Yes,
takes the reversal entry?
if you don't do reversal, then there are two impacts, right? Inventory account is debited for 2 times. Again, you have one liability here and another liability here, which is double impact
Yeah,
on your
correct.
balance sheet.
Yeah, so
So
the
that
amount
is
will be more in the
balance
inventory
sheet.
account.
Amount will be more in the balance sheet on the inventory as well as in the accounts payable, as mean the liability accounts, both liability accounts.
Got it.
So that is why we will reverse this entry.
Okay.
Okay, Saideep, yeah, I will explain once again for you. So when we receive the product, actually cost of purchase material received or inventory received account will get debited and purchase accrual account will get credited, since it is a liability or we have to pay it, right, to someone, to the vendor. But how much we have to pay to the vendor, we do not know. We just know the prices of the item today. But to pay to the vendor, we might have some additional charges or taxes or anything additional, or there can be cash discounts also while we might pay. So to understand all these things, we might have to receive the invoice. Without receiving invoice, we can't credit the vendor account. If we credit the vendor account, again terms of payment will be applicable from there, right? So that is why we will wait until the invoice is received, and once upon receiving the invoice, then only we will credit the accounts payable account. So initially for product receipt, we will get this entry. Once upon doing the invoice, what happens is the same product receipt entry will get reversed automatically. Inventory received account will get credited, purchase accrual account will get debited. Both of them will get reversed, and with the same amount that we have done for the product receipt for, the same amount will get reversed here. Then the new entry will appear, accounts payable account and inventory received, which will be debited. Inventory invoiced, actually not received. Inventory invoiced account will get debited. So in our system, actually for inventory received and for inventory invoiced, I gave two same accounts, same account number. That is why it is showing same accounts. You can maintain two different accounts also, for inventory received and for inventory invoiced. No problem. So this is what happens. Is it clear, Saideep?
Yes, JP.
Okay, Santosh and everyone, is it clear? Or if you have any doubts, you can still ask, no problem. I want you to understand this completely.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. Thank you, Shiva. So in interview, they will definitely ask this question. What is the entry during product receipt? What is the entry during invoice? So you have to be confident enough to explain this. Why this entry will be appearing. You have to tell the entries, all the accounts as well. We have to tell why this entries will be there. Okay. I'll also show you more complex scenarios where we will add the charges as well as taxes. Taxes we will add once after tax module is configured, but charges I'll show you in the next class or the upcoming classes. We have to configure charge codes for it. Okay, let's get back to the invoice that we have done. So we have partially received the goods and done an invoice for it. So what about the remaining quantity? So let us assume that vendor had delivered the other quantity, the remaining quantity on the purchase order as well. So what we have to do now? Come on, guys, what we have to do now when we receive the other half?
We have to create another product receipt. We have
Correct.
to post another product receipt.
Correct. We have to post another product receipt. So to post another product receipt, I have to again click on receive and click on product receipt here. So let's give a number here. I'll just give it a GRN 65/2, which is the second version or the second product receipt for the same. P1 number is same. See here, automatically it is showing as quantity 2 and 1. Any idea why it is showing 2 and 1?
It's partial
Previ-
here.
Previously,
We
we
have
had done partially, right?
correct. We have received partially already. So this is what the remaining quantity we have on the PO. So it shows all the remaining quantity here. If you want to reduce this also, you can reduce, no problem. But I assume that everything is sent to me or delivered to me. So I will post the product receipt now. So I gave the unique number. This is a compulsory thing that you have to give. So once after giving that unique number, I'll post this so that the product receipt will be posted, the second product receipt. I think this will also give the same financial impacts, right? So both of them are half and half, right? So we can see the second product receipt under product receipt journals. I can see the posted journal for product receipt. So this is the first one. This is the second version, second one. So in this, I can click on vouchers. I can see voucher posted for 12,000 and 12,000 again. So both again, same 2 cycles and 1 iPhone, right? Both are for 12,000 only. So next step is that vendor have sent me the invoice as well. So I will do the second invoice for this PO. So now you can see the status has changed to received. Any idea why it is changed to received?
We are received fully, right?
Correct. We have received all the quantity that is existing on the PO. So that is why it is showing the PO status as received, purchase order status as received. Then to do the invoice, I'll just click on invoice and click on invoice again. Sorry, not this one. I'm sorry. So this is invoice journal. Click on invoice and click on generate invoice here. This one. So click on generate invoice. So it generated another invoice. So I'll give the invoice number as invoice 65/2. Okay, I can give invoice date. Assume that this invoice is being sent on 20th and the due date is somewhere around, I'll say November 15th only. Okay, let it be. And I can see the quantity here as 2 and 1, and I can see it as product receipt quantity. Now, although I gave it as product receipt quantity, I can see 2 and 1 only because I have my 2 product receipt, right? Product receipt quantity of me is now 4 plus 2, 4 cycles and 2 iPhones, but still I can see 2 plus 1 only. Any idea why? So that my total product receipt quantity now is I have done 2 product receipts, right? For 4 cycles and 2 iPhones, I have done 2 product receipts. So it should show total quantity, right? Any idea why it is showing only partial quantity here? Simple logic, guys. We have already invoiced one product receipt, so it doesn't again show the same quantity. That's all. Okay. Same logic that you're thinking in mind, which you are not saying. One product receipt we have already done, right? So if I click on match product receipts here, let us see. I should normally see 2 product receipts, right? But here I'll see only 1 product receipt. Here, see. I can only see 65/2 second product receipt because another product receipt it is already invoiced, right? So I can't see it in the list again. So it is done completely. That's what. Now I can click on update my status. This status is passed and I can post it. The second invoice I'll post. So it is posted. Now you can see the status is changed to invoiced because we have invoiced everything that is there on the PO. So both we have received everything and we have invoiced everything. So that is why status has changed to invoiced now. If I go to invoice and invoice journals here under journals, I can see invoice. I'll see 2 invoices, invoice number 1 and 2. So let us see the second invoice and the voucher for it. Here also you'll see the same. Ignore this account. You can see the accounts payable account or the vendor balance will be created for 12,000 and you can see this one cost of purchase material invoiced. This one, sorry, is debited for 12,000. And your accrual purchase accrual account which was credited earlier during product receipt is debited now. And cost of purchase material received which was debited earlier is credited now. So this is a reversal entry for the product receipt. And the other 2 vendor balance and invoiced account is the actual effect. So it's the balance are same because we don't have any additions in the invoice. Normally if I have added any charges or anything, it will show additional balances. So that concept we'll see in the next class. Okay. So is it clear for everyone, the financial impacts as well as how to post multiple invoices for a single PO? Yes or no, guys? Tell me if you have any doubts.
Yes.
Let me know. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So if it is clear, then we will go for another example where I'll create a PO. I'll receive all the goods in a single product receipt only, but I'll do 2 different invoices. Okay. Is this example clear for everyone? I'll create a PO, single product receipt, but 2 invoices. Here I have created 2 product receipts and 2 invoices, right? So there I'll create 1 product receipt only, but I'll create 2 invoices for it. So let us see that example, how we can do it. So I'll click on new, select the vendor account. I'll select the same vendor. Let us see. Okay, I'll select warehouse and site quickly. Click on OK. PO is created. I'll select the item. I'll select the same cycle. Again, I'll select the same quantity to be in the same page of understanding for quantity. Again, I'll select another line here. Select iPhone. Okay. So if I select iPhone, I have to select the variants here. You can see configuration and color. Let's select this black and 28, or I can select from here. I'll select this 64 GB this time, anything, but I'll go with the same pricing. Okay, not to get confused, I'll select this 10,000 only again. I'll select 2 pieces as well. I'll try to, yeah, update price. Sorry, change any quantity again. I have to change this. These are same. Okay. Then I'll go to header and give the financial dimensions quickly, so which doesn't face any error later. Give dimensions, give cost center, finance, and okay, save it. Yeah, update online. So I'll just click on update dimension. Then I'll go to line level again. So it is for 24,000. So all the quantity. So the next step is that we have to confirm the PO. I'm confirming the PO. It is now in approved. Once after confirming, it changes to approved here. So it is approved. Approval status is confirmed now. So this is PO status. This is approval status. Remember that. OK. Then the next step is that we have to receive the goods. So I'll just click on receive and click on product receipt. So I'll give a number to the product receipt as GRN 66. Here I gave it. So I'm receiving all the quantity, total 4 plus 2, 4 cycles as well as 2 iPhones, 24,000. I'm receiving all of them. I'm clicking on OK here so that product receipt will be posted. So here product receipt is posted and I can see the product receipt voucher here. And the voucher for 24,000 I can see. Accrued purchase is credited for 24,000. Finished goods inventory or the inventory received account is debited for 24,000. Okay. Now I'll go to the invoice. Assume that vendor is sending 2 invoices on this for me. So he sent 1 invoice first and then he sent another invoice next for half quantity and half quantity. Let us assume that, or let us assume that he had sent for cycles, you have sent 1 invoice. For iPhone, you have sent another invoice. Let us assume that you have sent 2 invoices, 1 for each product. So now let us see how we can do 2 invoices for the two invoices for the same PO on the same product receipt. Okay. For invoicing it, I'm going here on invoice. Click on invoice. So here invoice is generated. I have to give the invoice number, right? So I'll give invoice 66 by 1. So version 1. Invoice date as of 20th. Assume that. Posting date also, let's go for 20th. Okay. Then I can see both 4 and 2 here. Product receipt quantity it is selecting. We have a single product receipt. On that single product receipt, we have 4 cycles and 2 iPhones. So I can see both of them here. Now we can reduce the quantity from here directly. I can change the 4 to 1, iPhone to 1. I can change it here. I can reduce the quantity, but I'll do it from here. Match product receipts option. Here I have, right? So I'll try to change it from here. I think I can change it. I'm not sure. Here I can change it actually. For this, I can change it to product receipt quantity to match. I'll select it as 2 for the first line. Coming to the second line, I'll change it to 1. So if I select here, it will show lines here. So for the same product receipt, we have 2 lines, right? 2 products. So I change cycle to 2 and iPhone to 1. I'll click on OK. If I click on OK, it asks me a pop-up. You want to update them on the invoice line. Yeah, if I click on OK, see the invoice line is updated with 2 quantity and 1 quantity. Okay. So now I can post this invoice after clicking on update my status. The partial invoice, I can post it. Or this is not the example we were thinking, right? We were thinking like we will do invoice 1 invoice for cycles and 1 invoice for iPhone. Isn't that? So let's do that. So if at all we have to do partial invoice, we can do it like this. I mean, if at all we have to do for multiple products, you can do it like this. If I want to do it for different products, so I'll again go back to match product receipts option here. I'll change this. So for this cycle, we have set 2 quantity, right? I'll change it back to 4 quantity. Okay. Then for iPhone, I'll just remove this line, deselect this line, or we have this option for removing this line. Where is this option? I think I'll change it back to 0. That would be better. Inventory quantity, I'll change it back to 0. Okay, and now I'll click on OK. So it is asking, it does not balance with the invoice quantity. Do you want to update the line in the invoice content, delete the invoice line that no longer have matched quantities of or imbalanced lines? Yes. So here it selection is gone since I have selected 0. Now I can see a single line with 4 quantity of cycles. Okay, only for cycles I can see single line 4 into 1000, 4000. Now I can click on update match status. So it shows as passed and I can post the invoice. So I have done one invoice for 4 cycles. Now there is still an invoice that is still pending, which we have to do for 2 iPhones. So now we can see this is still received because there are still the goods pending, received goods, which has to be invoiced. So the status of the PO still shows as received only. Once if everything is invoiced, then it changes back to invoiced. Now if I click on invoice, I can see the posted invoice under journal. So this is the invoice that is posted. I can see the lines on the invoice. There is only one line, 4 quantity and 4000. So if you want to do one more invoice, again go back to invoice only. Click on generate invoice. Okay, it's generated. I can give the same number here. Invoice 66/2. Okay. If I come down, I can see only iPhone and 2 quantity. Why? Because that is the only remaining quantity from the product receipt I have. The remaining 4 for the cycles I have already invoiced, right? It selects the same product receipt again, but in that product receipt to be invoiced, only 2 products are remaining, and that 2 iPhones are remaining. So system automatically pushes that line onto the invoice from the product receipt. It only have this, right? So it only shows this 2. Then I can update my status and post it. So this is how we can do a second invoice. Is it clear for everyone? I'll just give this invoice date to 22, posting date also to 22. Clear both the scenarios where we can post 2 product receipt and 2 invoices, and where we can post single product receipt and 2 invoices.
Yeah.
Saideep, Santosh, Shiva, Seshu.
Yes.
Yeah, JP.
Okay. Literally,
Yes.
you can do any product receipts, and you can do any more invoices. Okay. You can post 4 product receipt for a single PO, and you can do 10 invoices for all those 4 product receipts. You can break it to anything. It all depends on the quantity that you select in the product receipt as well as in the invoice. Okay, you can do product receipt for 2 quantity, and you can do 2 invoices, 1 for each quantity. Okay, if at all there are 10 lines on the product purchase order, you can do product receipt for each line separately. 10 product receipt you can do, or you can do combination of products also for product receipt. Okay, try all these examples doing combination of product receipt and invoices. Seppu Seshu.
ఇక్కడ మనకి వెండర్ ఇన్వాయిస్ అంటే మనకి రిమూవ్ ఆప్షన్ ఉంది కదా, రిమూవ్ లైన్ ఆప్షన్.
Remove line option undi. Yeah.
Remove. So why can't we use that?
You can use that too, but I just showed you in a descriptive manner. అక్కడి నుంచి క్వాంటిటీ పిక్ అవుతుంది, ఎలా చేంజ్ చేయొచ్చు అనేది అక్కడి నుంచి ఊహించా అంతే. Okay, you can also do it from here, no problem. It's a simple way. అయిపోద్ది, అవును. It's a simple way, but still I want you to understand the logic, so I showed you that. That's all. Okay, you can also change the quantity normally here. Manually you can change it, no problem. Or you can remove one line from here, so that only in the product receipt line, the lines that are related to this invoice line will be matched. The other one will be left over for the next invoice, like it was left over, right? For this invoice, in the same way, it will be the same, no problem. So I can update my status for this invoice and I'll post it. So I hope we have covered the scenarios that we were looking for. There is this scenario. Didn't I wrote this down? Okay, no problem. So this is posted, and say again, once after posting the invoice, it takes me back to the purchase order level. So here I can see this is invoiced, and I can click on invoice and see both the invoices here under the journals. Here you can see both the invoices. One for 20,000, one for 4,000. This is iPhone, this is cycles. Clear, right? For all of you. Any confusion in this? So any idea what happens after invoicing? What is the next steps after invoicing? Generally asking.
Payment.
Correct, payments. It's just like vendor invoice journals we have done earlier. Expense journals in the same way. If I go to vendor account, assume that let's go to this vendor, Maruti Suzuki. We have done few invoices, right? PO invoices today. Let us go to that vendor. Maruti Suzuki is this vendor. I'll click on transactions here. Selected the vendor already and clicking on transactions. Only go for open transactions, just to be clear. Here I can see the invoices that are posted today. This one posted for 11th, this one posted for 13th, 65 by 1, 65 by 2, 61 by 1, 62, 66, 66 by 1 and 66 by 2. 4 invoices we have posted. And you can see the amounts 12,000, 12,000 for these 2 invoices and 20,000, 4,000 for these 2 invoices. And you can see the balances pending on the invoices as the same amount of the invoice is still pending. We can settle them later. To settle them again, you have to pay, or you have to settle the existing payment transactions to the invoices. We have quite few here. You can settle them to this pay invoice transactions to settle them. That's all. So the settlement process is same again. You have to make a vendor payment and settle. While doing vendor payment also, you can see this invoices, open invoices there. We have the option, right? Settle transactions option. There you can see all this list of invoices that are open. You can select 1 or 2 invoices and you can pay them. If you select 2 invoices, it will bring the consolidated amount of invoice into a single payment line and you can pay it. Okay. So this is how you can track it. Suppose if you want to see this invoice number 66 is here. Okay, I want to see the voucher for this. Here I will see the voucher, clicking on it. So I have seen the voucher and everything is clear, but I want to see for which particular purchase order I have created this invoice. Okay, if you want to track such, normally for any voucher, if you want to track any which purchase order it is related to or which invoice it is related to or through which journal it is posted, we have this option. I already told you. So this one, original document option. Select this voucher, click on original document. You will see both the original documents here. See, this is the original invoice that is posted because of which this entry is appeared. And this is the PO related to that transaction. PO number 5, invoice number 66 by 2. Okay, total PO amount was 24,000 and invoice amount was 20,000. You can see purchase invoice and purchase order. If you click on purchase order here and click on view details, it will directly take you to the purchase order here. So in this way, it is easy for you to track which transaction is related to which order or which invoice. Okay, here it directly took me to the PO, purchase order number 5. This is the same, right, which we have done earlier. Purchase order number 5, the same. Clear for all of you? Yes or no? Is it clear for all of you how to track order or invoice details from a voucher?
Yeah.
Okay, so not only this, but if it is a normal vendor invoice journal also, you can see it. So suppose this is a vendor invoice journal, right? MSPO invoice 12. For that also, you can directly click here on original document or click on voucher and original document. Anything works. Click on original document here. It will show you. So it is also PO invoice, I think. So it shows purchase order as well as the invoice number. Other than this, do we have any other invoice? Let me see this one, MS invoice 02, original document. So here I can see purchase invoice, and this is a journal. This is not a PO. Okay, this is a normal journal or a vendor invoice journal, non-PO invoice, which we have done earlier to the PO invoices. So that's all. If I click here and click on view details, it will again take me to that particular journal. See, this is the journal batch which we have posted earlier, within which we have posted lines. So it is vendor invoice recording or vendor invoice journal, expense invoice, not a PO invoice. So that's how you can track it. So these are the quite important logics that you have to remember. If you're a good consultant, will have everything in mind, all these things. Okay, this is a invoice journal where we have posted 3 invoices. Actually, one consolidated invoice, if you remember. So that would be all for today's class, guys. Tomorrow we will see the other scenario where we can do an invoice for multiple POs. For 2-3 POs, we can do a single invoice. So how we can do that, we will see tomorrow. Okay, and let us also see how we can correct the product receipt. Remind me this concept, how we can cancel and correct the product receipt. Okay, I'll explain you that too. After if we discuss these 2 topics, I think we can discuss the another topic. So these topics or logics are really important, not for interview purpose, but for your job purpose. It is very important. So you have to do good practice on this. Let me know if you face any doubts during practice. I'm available, and I'll just stop recording until here. If you